Okay, so today we're gonna make the laundry detergent, and here we have the Thieves from Young Living laundry soap. And the problem with laundry soap is you may have an HE or a high performance, high efficiency washing machine, or you may have a traditional one. Those use different volumes, and you just get this and you say, boy, that's a small bottle. So it helps to read the back, because people like me like to read the back and get the directions and get the specifications. I also like to read the garments and actually read what they say. It's for water temperatures, and so I do more of the laundry. My wife does some of it as well. It's a shared joint venture. But if you read the back, just this concentrated, you'll need a half this cap for a conventional washer, or a quarter of this cap for the HE washers, and then it says use more as needed for larger or heavily soiled loads. So that's kind of a little bit of ambiguity there, and it's a pretty small cap, so you're not using a lot, and it's pretty thick. Here's some here, and it's pretty thick and concentrated. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to kind of prep it and set it up, and then actually make it a little bit stronger. And we're going to do a little bit of a hack. There's two ways you can do it. You can basically cut this in half. This is 32 ounces. You can take 16 ounces and pour it in here, and then you can do 3 tablespoons of this household cleaner and pour it in here, and then you can use whatever oils. If you want to do Thieves, some people do purification, some have lavender. Today we're going to do citrus fresh, because why not? But we are going to today stretch it actually a little bit further. So what we like to do, we don't have 3 of these because we only have 1, and ours broke, so we only have 1. But what you can do is you can buy a pack of 3 of these. They're pretty cheap, and then you take this and you divide it up evenly between 3. So you divide this into thirds, because this is 6 times ultra concentrated. So divide this up into 3 bottles equally, but I've just measured out. So I have that divided that by 3 is like 10.666.7 something ounces. So I have 10.5 ounces here that we're going to pour in to this bottle, and once this is all in, you can see how thick. I mean, has a lot of viscosity to it. We'll let that, see that? Look at that. That's almost like motor oil. It's so thick. It goes pretty far. We use it for quite a while. And we used to use glass a lot, just because of the way the glass holds up better with the oils and everything else. But it comes in plastic, and then this doesn't break. Our glass one broke. So, so for this recipe, we do a third of that, and we do, I believe, 2 tablespoons. So then we'll do 2 tablespoons of this. So this is 1 tablespoon. And this is just the Thieves household cleaner. And we'll do a second one. Okay, so we have that. This is still trying to thin itself out and get all the goodness out. So we have that. And then we like to use 25 drops of this for the fragrance-ish. So you can add Thieves if you want it to be a little bit stronger, or the purification as well. Now you fill the rest of this up with water, put this in, and then what do you do? Well, again, it's a little, it's not really specific as to how much you use. What we've seen with our clothes is typically I'll use on a normal, with our front loader washer, I would use about 3 pumps of this in the front load, high efficiency. I'd use about three to four. On a full load, I'd use like more 4 to 5 pumps. If it was really soiled, I may actually put a little bit more, but that's not very often. If it's just a small light load, I would just do 2. But what you'll see is that this will actually work really well. Your clothes won't smell mildewy. It'll get the job done. It'll get it clean. But it depends on how soiled and oily your clothes are. But I also like to break it up. You know, some people like to just throw everything in one big massive load. I like to have darks, whites, colored, delicates, towels. You know, I like to separate it all. So depending on the load, depends on the heat setting and then the volume that I use. But 4 is a pretty good average. You could go with 4, and then if you need a few more after that, a little bit less. But again, so if you look at that, this is saying, this does have measurements inside this bottle. There's a 1, 2, and 3 labeled inside here, which you can't see from there. So they do have increments, and it's pretty little because it's pretty concentrated. So once we add the water to this, it'll fill it up, and you get, you know, 3 to 4 good pumps on this, and it'll be just fine, especially when you add the cleaner, and then if you add purification or thieves, or then something to make it smell good. So hopefully you can also see the cost savings and the benefits to using the laundry soap combination and stretch it further. And don't use this just straight. You'll go through it quick and it'll burn a hole in your pocket. So that's it.